Ladies and gentlemen, back with another tier list. Today we're doing all the Scream killers. I was going to do a tier list for all the Scream movies, but there's just not that many. There's only 6 of them. So that would be a really short tier list video. But there's 13 Scream killers, Ghostface killers. I'm going to put them all on this tier list right now. Let's get it started. Alright. Categories are: the best of the best is called Ghostface. Under that, we got what's your favorite scary movie. Under that, we got Hello, Sydney. Ghostface's famous line when he calls her. And the worst category you do not want to find yourself in is called Stab Movie. Remember how the Stab Movie is a movie within the universe of Scream? So that's the worst category of them all. So first off, we got Debbie Loomis, which was the main killer from Scream 2. Her motive was just straight up revenge. That's it. Because she was the mom of Billy Loomis. Billy Loomis was the killer from Scream 1. And you know the story. Billy Loomis died. So now Debbie Loomis, his mom, she wants revenge for her son's death. So she's the main killer in Scream 2. Along with her accomplice. Her accomplice was Mickey. And during their whole tag team Ghostface killing spree, Debbie Loomis provided all the funding for them. She ended up meeting Mickey on some serial killer website online. And that's how they met. I truly believe that Debbie Loomis was not crazy at all. She was not crazy. I truly believe that she just wanted revenge over her son's death. Debbie Loomis. I would put her in Hello, Sydney. Next up, we got Amber Freeman from Scream 5, I think. Yeah, Scream 5. So, Amber Freeman was one of the 2 killers from Scream 5. And like all the Scream movies, there's always one main killer and then a second one, but the second one is just an accomplice, just going along for the ride. But in Scream 5, it seems like both killers were equals. One wasn't higher than the other, they were both equals. Okay, now in Scream 5, Amber Freeman and the other killer, they were obsessed fans of the Stab movies within the Scream universe. And in the Scream universe, the most recent Stab movie, I think it was Stab 8, they did not like, so they wanted to redo / rewrite a new movie. So the way they do it, they try to keep it like the original, the original Scream, the original Stab in their universe. They bring back some of the old characters, some of the original characters, some of the original scenes. They bring back Stu Marker's old house. They bring back Billy Loomis's daughter. Not Billy Loomis, but she's related to him, so it's kind of original. And they dragged Sidney Prescott back in, Gale Weathers, Dewey Riley. So Amber Freeman, I truly believe that she wasn't crazy, but that she just enjoyed killing people. That's what I think. Amber Freeman. I'm put her in what's your favorite movie, because she wasn't, like I said, crazy, but she did like to kill people. Next up, we got Charlie Walker, one of the 2 killers from Scream 4. Okay, now the way Charlie Walker was portrayed, and the way I see it, was they were kind of trying to make him like the new Randy Meeks. Randy Meeks from Scream 1 and 2 died in Scream 2. So like Randy Meeks in the first Scream, during the party at the end, he's showing a bunch of horror movies he's watching a bunch of horror movies with his friends during the party. Charlie Walker, during his party, does a marathon of the Stab movies. Randy Meeks, he works at a video store. And Charlie Walker, one of the 2 presidents of their movie club. Scream 1, Randy Meeks explains the rules on how to survive a horror movie. Charlie Walker in Scream 4, he explains the new rules to survive a horror movie in the new decade. Charlie was not the main killer in Scream 4. He was the accomplice helping out the main killer. But at the end, Charlie was just quickly disposed of by the main killer, by his partner, and that was it for Charlie. Charlie Walker, and put him in what's your favorite scary movie, because he was into the whole horror movie thing and trying to explain his own rules now. Detective Bailey. I don't think his first name is ever revealed. But anyway, Detective Bailey. He is the main killer from the most recent Stab movie. From the most recent Scream movie. Scream 6. The one in New York City. Okay. So, his motive was plain and simple like past Ghostface killers. In a previous Scream movie, one of his sons was a Ghostface killer. And that Ghostface killer, his son, got killed. So his motive is, revenge for killing his son. And to help him accomplish his goal in getting his revenge, he recruits his two children, his other son and his other daughter, to help him get revenge for killing his son and their brother. Now, Detective Bailey's Ghostface mask was different from all the other Ghostface masks from all the Scream movies. His was kind of like it was the same Ghostface mask, but his was kind of like yellowish, like it lost its color, and it had like scabs, and it was peeling off. To me, it symbolized that he was the oldest Ghostface killer, because the oldest Ghostface killer, and then the mask seems kind of old. That's what I thought. Detective Bailey. Put him in Hello, Sydney. Billy Loomis. One of the two original killers from the original Scream movie. Okay, now, Billy Loomis, I believe, was truly insane. He was crazy. I mean, the way he spoke in the movie, like his tone of voice, like every time he would have dialogue in the movie, he just sounded like a straight creep. So, him and Stu Marker, the two killers from Scream 1, they killed Sidney Prescott's mother, Maureen Prescott, exactly 1 year before they started off the Woodsboro murders. Although Billy Loomis was an eerie person, like I said, the way he talked, his tone of voice, at that point, before any of the other Scream movies came out, we all assumed there was one Ghostface killer in the movie. When he's in police custody, Sidney Prescott gets a call from Ghostface, and Ghostface says something like, "Hey Sidney, looks like they got the wrong guy," implying that there was another killer out there, and Billy Loomis was not the killer. But then it's revealed at the end there was two killers. Billy Loomis, man, he thought he was gonna get away with it. His creepy voice, his eeriness, I'm putting in him Ghostface. Another killer from the most recent Scream movie, Scream 6, Ethan Bailey. Ethan Bailey, there's not much to say about him. He didn't have much dialogue in the movie. You can pretty much tell from all the Ghostface killers, you can pretty much tell it's obvious that he's one of the Ghostface killers. Ethan Bailey, not much to say about him. I mean, even his friends in the movie think he's one of the Ghostface killers. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have much dialogue in the movie. Ethan, I'll put him in Stab movie. Didn't really do much. Jill Roberts, the main killer from Scream 4. She had an accomplice, but she was the main killer of Scream 4. Now, Jill Roberts' motive for the movie was that she wanted the spotlight on her and not on Sidney anymore. She was Sidney Prescott's, I think her cousin or niece. I think it was her cousin. Yeah, her motive was that she wanted the spotlight on her. Growing up, I guess, the spotlight was on Sidney for the infamous Ghostface attacks. So I guess Jill Roberts wanted to become famous. So what she does, she becomes a Ghostface killer. And Jill Roberts was truly insane. She was crazy. Towards the end of the movie, Scream 4, they have this showdown at some house. It's her and Jill Roberts, the second killer, Charlie Walker, and Sidney Prescott, and some other kids there. So everybody dies. Jill Roberts, she wants to look like she's a sole survivor of the attack when the police gets there. So what she does, she like beats herself, you know. She mutilates her body. There's like a glass mirror on the wall. She runs into it full force, you know, cutting her head with like a bunch of the mirror pieces. She slams her body through a glass coffee table. She stabs her shoulder to make it seem like she was stabbed by the Ghostface killer. She did all that to make it seem like during the Ghostface altercation and everybody died, but that she was a sole survivor. Jill Roberts. And put her in what's your favorite scary movie? Jason Carvey. So Scream 6, the most recent Scream movie, had 4 Ghostface killers, but only 3 of them counted. One of them was like a wannabe, which was this guy, Jason Carvey. So Scream 6 starts off with Jason Carvey. He comes out as the first Ghostface killer. So what he does, he calls his I think it was his teacher. You know, he has the basic phone call that Ghostface does with his victims. You know, hello, what's your favorite scary movie? What are you doing? He lures her into an alley while talking to her on the phone, and he ends up killing her. But his first and only kill, which is that one, it was pretty cool. You know, his dialogue, all that stuff was pretty cool. So after that happens, he walks to his apartment, and when he gets there, he gets a phone call from the real Ghostface in Scream 6. But anyways, he has a phone call with him, and then the real Ghostface shows up and kills Jason Carvey. Jason Carvey, putting in a stab movie because he was just like a wannabe Ghostface. Mickey from Scream 2. Scream 2 had 2 killers, the main one and then the accomplice. Mickey was the accomplice in Scream 2. Mickey was basically like Debbie's puppet, doing most of the killings while she gets to her ultimate goal and getting her revenge of killing Sidney Prescott. Now, Mickey, I truly believe he was crazy before he was recruited by Debbie Loomis. Now, I think he was just as crazy as Stu Marker, but just a little bit smarter than Stu Marker. I truly believe that in reverse roles, Mickey could have been a main killer and had an accomplice of his own. This is part of the movie in Scream 2 when there's a Ghostface attack, and Sidney Prescott is at the hospital, and then Mickey shows up to, like, I guess, console her. He sees Sidney sitting down on the bench, and Mickey walks up to her and tells her, "Sid, you are not alone in all this." Making it seem like he wasn't a Ghostface killer. The way he said it, like he was trying to console her, had us all fooled. But he was a Ghostface killer. Mickey. Put him in what's your favorite scary movie? Another killer from Scream 6. We got Quinn Bailey. Now, Quinn Bailey, of all the Ghostface killers, was one that I did not suspect to turn out to be one of the Ghostface killers. Because I think towards the middle of the Scream 6, Quinn Bailey dies. You see her, you see the crime scene, you see her body being put in a body bag. Her body's taken away by the mortuary people. So you think she's dead, you know. She's off the checklist. She's not a Ghostface killer. But then at the end of the movie, turns out she is. Turns out during the whole crime scene, her body was switched out with another body in the body bag, and nobody noticed. Come on, man.
You didn't see that one coming, did you?
Yeah, because you died.
And I just made sure I was first on the scene so I could switch her body out with a fresh one.
Quinn Bailey, putting her in a stab movie. So far, all the killers, all the accomplices from Scream 6 ended up in stab movie. Stu Marker from the original Scream, and probably one of everybody's favorite Ghostface killers. Stu Marker was clearly insane. He showed that throughout the entire movie. There's this scene in the movie right after the first killing they do, where it's Stu Marker, Billy Loomis, Sidney Prescott, Randy Meeks, and that other girl. They're all having lunch during school. They're all having a conversation, and they're all talking about the murder that just happened the night before. And Sidney Prescott, she like slowly says to herself, like thinking like, how do you gut someone? And then Stu Marker, he looks at her and answers very slowly, and he explains it. He's like, well, what you do, I don't know what he says. He says something like, well, what you do is you stab her here and then turn the knife slowly and then such and such. He explains it as if he knows, in like a creepy, eerie way, which he did know how to do it because the night before he was the one that did that killing. You see that when he kills Casey's boyfriend, he guts him. Stu Marker. Putting it in what's your favorite scary movie? Richie Kirsch from Scream 5. One of the two killers from Scream 5. He wasn't the main killer. He wasn't the accomplice. Like I said earlier, Scream 5, I believe both killers were equals. Now, as I was watching the movie, I didn't think Richie Kirsch was one of the killers because of his reactions and what he says in the movie. Like, there's just part in the movie, I think it's towards the end, when it's the final showdown. They're in the house, and then it's him and like 4 other people. Ghostface shows up, starts attacking everybody there. And when Richie Kirsch, when he sees Ghostface attacking, he says something like, "Holy shit, it's Ghostface!"
Holy shit, it's Ghostface!
Making it seem like he was truly terrified of Ghostface being there. But turning out, he was one of the killers too. Very convincing. Richie Kirsch, I would put him in Hello, Sydney. And last but not least, we got the one kill that probably everybody forgot about. We got Roman Bridger. Roman Bridger is Sidney Prescott's long lost brother. Let me explain this to you. It's kind of deep. So, if it wasn't for Roman Bridger, none of the Ghostface killings would have ever happened. Let me explain. So, Sidney Prescott's mom, she was sleeping around with other people. That's how Roman Bridger was born. He was the product of Sidney Prescott's mom sleeping with someone else. So, Roman Bridger eventually grows up. He finds out about this, and he tries to, reconnect with his mom, which is Sidney Prescott's mom, Maureen Prescott. He tries to reconnect with her, but then she turns him away. That angers him. So what he does is he records Sidney Prescott's mom at a hotel room with Billy Loomis's dad. She's about to sleep with Billy Loomis's dad. He has it on footage. After he records it, he shows that footage to Billy Loomis. And that footage, it enrages Billy Loomis because he sees the footage of Sidney's mom sleeping with his dad, which caused his mom and dad to separate, which is why Billy was enraged and started off the killings in Woodsboro. I know, it's kind of confusing. But yeah, if it wasn't for Roman Bridger, none of the Ghostface killings would have happened. Roman Bridger. And this guy was at the right place at the right time with his killings because he was in Hollywood. The movie takes place in Hollywood, I think. And, in Hollywood, they have special effects. They can do anything. They can make the ripped off arm look like a ripped off arm, And his device, when he called everybody in the movie, he would disguise his voice into other people. I mean, you can only do that in Hollywood. Come on. There's also this one part of the movie where someone lifts up a fake coffin, a prop coffin, and you see Roman Bridger in there, all bloody. Seemed like he was dead. But like I said, right place, right time. He's in Hollywood. He probably had fake blood that he poured on himself to make it look like he was dead. Very clever. Roman Bridger. Where should I put Roman Bridger? Roman Bridger, I'll put him in what's your favorite scary movie? So there we go. The tier list is complete. All 13 killers. The best Ghostface was Billy Loomis. Like I said, Billy Loomis was just an eerie person throughout the whole movie. He turned out to be Ghostface. And then the worst of the worst were all the 3 young killers from the most recent Scream movie. And there you go. Tier list is complete. What's your favorite scary movie? Thanks for watching.